Boozing with gays.
You know you have to play it again. Once more for the new year.
Boozing with gays.
Hey, y'all. Hey.
It's January.
Hey, it's January.
It's January.
It is January, y'all. January 20th to be exact.
Oh my God.
January 20th.
I find it. Do you know what day our last show was?
December something.
December 20th. We were a month ago.
Well, guess what? We needed to take that month off.
We
needed to take a month off,
But we're
y'all.
back.
But we are back.
And we're celebrating with 2 different drinks.
So, because it is January, it is traditionally known as what?
Well, I didn't know it was traditional until I read it in the paper this year, but Dry January.
So it's Dry January.
Yes.
It's Dry January. So what are you having, my love?
I am having a cranberry ginger ale. I had to look over.
Cranberry
I had to look at my prop.
ginger
What is
ale.
it called? Ginger ale. And it's something so last night we had a birthday party for our friend Lizzie, and I looked at the 2 sitting on our little shelf. Oh, I've never had it before, but
That's very nice. It's a very
I
nice.
didn't even
very
believe what you
nice-
just said.
Don't
you
believe
were
it.
just condescending. You were just,
Very.
that's very
That's lovely.
nice. Oh, that's
And
wonderful.
me, because
Good
it's
for
Dry
you.
January,
What do you
I'm
drink?
just having water.
Show everyone the bottle your water came in.
It is natural mountain spring water. Because I tried Dry January. Oh, did you put your arm around me?
Is that wrong?
Oops.
I felt like you took offense.
That was nice.
Did you just do that?
How very dare
It was interesting
you.
when I was watching the opening credits and then you flash onto me. My hair's gotten crazy long. Isn't that cute?
It is very
Is it
long.
cute or
when
no?
will it stop?
I think everyone wants it to stop in my house. Everyone's like looking for me to stop growing my hair. I'm like, well, is COVID over?
No.
It's COVID hair. So
No.
when COVID is over, I will stop growing my hair.
Exactly.
So it might be down to my knees, but there we are. That would be
So anyway, Happy New Year to
Happy
everybody.
New Year, yes.
Happy New Year.
happy dry January, or wet.
These 2 days
Whichever.
for me. I had 2 good days.
You know,
Two
and
good
you were
days.
so funny. In the very beginning, Michael says, I will do this with you. I will do it with you. And
I'm right here with you for Dry January.
And you did 2 days.
2 days.
But that was very real. You didn't exaggerate that. You didn't go, I did it for a week. You went
2 days.
Yeah, that's all.
2 days, and I was like, nope, can't do it.
Meh. Can't do it. Oh, we
Sorry.
have comments. Let's see what our comments are.
Ooh, stuff is happening.
Rita Shepherd Love, my
Hey,
sister-in-law,
Bill.
is
I
here.
Consuelo,
Howdy,
you're
Del
here.
Sol. Bill Amber, one of my childhood friends. I knew him when I was like 4 or 5 when I first met him. That's kind of awesome.
I know that Patty said maybe we meant dry white wine. January.
Try my wine January.
A nice Chardonnay for January.
Rita Shepherd Love is
So,
here.
we're back and a lot of stuff. I mean, so it's been a new year. Did you make any New Year's resolutions?
Well, no. I think New Year's resolutions is like when you say, I'm going to lose weight, and you're good for the first week, and then you stop doing it. So this is what I'm going to say.
Okay.
And I was thinking about this. I think we should reclaim 2023, because I think a lot of people who are watching can understand this as the year of the artist. I think it's time to create. I think it is time that we have pent up frustrations. We are so frustrated with our politics or whatever. Let's create. Let's get out there. Let's paint and act and sing and dance and all of them. Every single one of them. Let's do it. Let's make sourdough bread and build chairs and all of it. So that's my thinking. And so in that's kind of been my thinking. And Michael knows this. I have been doing a heck of a lot of writing. I have been doing a heck of a lot of writing. So one play that has been living in my computer for the past 4 years, I think I have almost done. I'm ready to submit it. I joined Dramatist Guild. That was kind of not a resolution, but I used it to move me forward to do that.
I love that you did that.
And I'm going to start looking and see what festivals are out there, what theaters are out there looking for new works. I have a play, and I am promoting myself as a playwright. So there we go. There's that. Plus, you and I are working on a play.
I know, right?
More on that later. We have Act 1 in shape. I'm not saying done. There is a shape. There is movement. There is dialogue. It's crisp. It's crunchy. It's lovely. And
me and Gay Rapunzel.
You and Gay Rapunzel.
Hey, Barb. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna be creative this year.
So that's
And
it.
I
I
would
was
say
very impassioned just then.
you were so impassioned.
Thank you, Dry January.
So I didn't make any New Year's resolutions at all either. But one of the things I know that I want to do is sort of the people that are still on the fringes of my world in my life that I have to realize they don't belong there anymore. Like they're doing nothing to push me forward. And I'm going to start removing those people.
I'm going to add another
Hey, David.
phrase too. It's not just pushing you forward. They're doing nothing to really feed you emotionally or creatively, right? They're not nurturing. You know, I think we need those people in our life, and we have to differentiate when we have people in our lives that are maybe out of, duty, right? But they don't necessarily feed us.
Andy Diamond
feeds us.
Andy Diamond, baby. One of the most talented sisters that I know, period.
Yes, she is.
Period.
I'm giving you that.
Ta-ta.
So yes, we have to, and I was going to go somewhere and it just left me in that moment.
Welcome to the 60s.
Well, no, because I got distracted because you're going to be talking about creating also. Because you have some creative things to talk about.
I do have some creative stuff to talk about. So, I'll do that right now. So I'm directing a show. I directed a show. It is up. It is running. Hey, Eddie Mills. It is up. It is running. It is 12 O'Clock Tales with Ava Gardner, starring Alessandra Ossoff, who also wrote the piece. It's really quite beautiful. We have had 7 reviews come out for this show. And
they're all
raves.
Really good.
They've all been raves, and it's been like, wow. So it's good because I was coming back into directing after almost a 3-year hiatus.
That's weird.
And all of a sudden it's like, oh my God. I directed a little stuff online. I directed a little movie online and other stuff. But it was like, this is in person and live and being in a theater. And it's just doing really,
Did you
really
say
well.
You said it was about Ava Gardner, right? So it's a 1-person show about Ava Gardner, and she has an hour to kill, and she's talking on her tape recorder to write a book, basically. Yes. But within that is giving all the juicy tidbits of Ava's life. It's fascinating. Are we going to do the pictures?
So here's a couple pictures, some stills from the show.
Ooh, look at her.
Look at her.
Alessandra looks awesome.
Look at that. That's one of my favorite
pictures. I think that is my favorite.
That's one of my favorite pictures.
Our faces shouldn't be on the side of it. I think we're taking away from it.
And then this one. It's super fun. It's super glamorous.
And the whitefiretheater.com is where you get tickets. So go to their website.
For the next 7 Sundays at 2 o'clock.
Absolutely.
It's part of the Solo Fest at the Whitefire Theater. So if you're in the area in Los Angeles, go on and get it. Hey, babe.
Look who's here.
Hey,
Bethany
babe.
Jean Harrington.
The third.
It's been so long.
All right. So it's so crazy. So yeah. So if you're in LA, please come and see it. It would do me good. But I won't be at the show if you do come see it.
Why is that?
I leave.
But can I do one thing?
Okay.
I'm interrupting.
All right.
Because we forget to do this, and I think it's important to do this. For those of you who would like to join us for any part of the conversation tonight, I'm just putting that up there as Michael talks about this next bit. Go ahead, sweetheart.
So I'm leaving. This will be the last time for the next couple months that you will see us in the same room because I'm leaving Sunday morning.
I guess I could go to where you are. Go ahead.
I'm leaving Sunday morning. It's Sunday morning. I got a man in my throat.
Evidently, it's not a musical.
I know, right? I'm leaving to go do The Tempest at Alabama Shakespeare. I'm playing the titular character, The Tempest.
Which you always play. That is pretty much your role.
Tempest is my
who's playing The Tempest? Michael Shepard.
Feels right.
Yeah.
It feels absolutely right. I'm playing Alonso in The Tempest, and I leave Sunday morning for Alabama. Which is also why I'm wearing my John Lewis shirt. Get in trouble. Good trouble, necessary trouble.
Thematic.
Because I will be just down the street from Selma, Alabama, where
where Selma Hayek lives.
Yes. Selma.
Is that right?
Selma and Selma.
Selma Hayek lives, yes.
All right. So we're going to be separated for a little bit. So there you have it.
And I couldn't be happier.
Oh my God. I don't know. He finds a rhythm when I go away.
I'll find a rhythm.
Rhythm.
Oh, and I am taking requests for lovers. So if anyone out there, romantic. You're doing your Dora.
Oh,
the
look,
Explorer.
nobody.
Nobody.
Anyway, Taryn. Hey, we got a new person, Brian Keith Wilson. My brother from another. Hey, Rachel Source, I love you madly, truly, deeply. So yeah, but we got some things we want to talk about.
So do you think anyone's going to come join us? We dare you. We
Come
dare
join us,
you.
come.
Us. There,
Join
so right there,
us,
that's
leave
the
your
thing you
fields of
type into your
flower.
thing.
Join us.
And then you
leave
pop up
your
on my
cheeks to
thing, and then I
sour.
bring you in, and there we go.
All right, so we had some things happen in the 2020s.
I'll give you an image.
Yes, we are.
Here we go.
We lost Miss Barbara Walters.
Miss Barbara Walters.
Or as she was known for a lot of us of a certain age,
Oh my God.
Baba Wawa.
I almost wanted to get an image of Gilda because, well, or it's. I can't think of Barbara Walters without thinking of Baba Wawa because it was. So, I just laughed.
And for those of you too young to know,
original Saturday
Gilda
Night Live.
Radner, Gilda
Yes.
Radner, who's on original Saturday Night Live, who's passed away. She did an impersonation.
I bet everyone there knows Baba Wawa.
Of Barbara Walters,
Baba
and
Wawa.
it was iconic. And there's actually one where she interviews Baba Wawa interviews the real Barbara Walters.
I don't know that I saw that.
It's brilliant.
Oh, I need
So
to find
we
that
want
one.
to say goodbye to a legend.
I'll show the picture. And I mean, look how long her career spanned just from those pictures. I
Yeah.
mean, that's like what,
she's a legend.
40
Absolute
years,
legend.
something.
Absolutely.
She had very big hair in the beginning, didn't she?
Yeah. Big hair.
Big
She
hair.
needed to take up space.
She did well.
All
You're
the
right about
male assholes are there. She had to take up that space.
that. Okay, two more
That's what she
people. This is
So, a couple more. David Crosby of Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Sometimes Young.
sometimes.
And, of course, Lisa Marie Presley, the daughter of Elvis Presley.
And Priscilla.
And Priscilla Presley.
Presley.
And they both left too soon. They're both left too soon. And Lisa Marie, it's kind of sad because she's leaving behind 3 kids, but she also lost her son to suicide. A few months ago.
It's so
it
interesting
feels like it
because
was like,
I don't
yeah.
like. I can't for Lisa Marie. I don't have her voice in my head. Like, when you know a famous person, you can like Meryl. You go, I hear Meryl. You can do. I don't have her voice in my head. I don't have like the songs that she sang I don't really have that. But I know her like the things in her life, like marriage to Michael Jackson or marriage to Nicolas Cage and losing the son. She's had like choices that many of us went, what is she doing? And then she's had tragedy in her life. It's a lot. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
I don't even know what to think of her death. It's
So
very
we
peculiar.
wish her well on her new journey, though.
Mm.
And whatever exciting things as you cross over, whatever's happening, I know it's going to be fun. But there's also one other death.
Oh, I need to get rid of the thing so you can read the thing. Banner. There.
So, Diamond
Of Diamond and Silk.
passed away. Let's have a moment of silence for Diamond of Diamond and Silk. So we Lynette Hardaway, she has a longer name. Anyway, passed away. As those of you, if you know Diamond and Silk, they were huge.
They're sisters. They're Trump
Sisters,
followers. They're
Trump followers.
MAGA.
I believe the word we're looking for is coons.
But
And
it's hard
you know what? So the rumor is she died of COVID after being,
the COVID denier.
denier.
Yeah.
And she died of COVID.
She may have died. I mean, we really don't know. I
And-
don't want to put it out, but
Allegedly
allegedly
died
Let's
of
see.
COVID.
There we go.
And
But the weird thing is, and there's a little theme coming up in some of these other pieces. But so I guess her sister Silk, right?
hey, Gregory Jabara.
I think it was her, put up a page about let's not forget Diamond's legacy. Let's keep her, whatever, spirit living on or whatever. So they put up, it isn't a GoFundMe, it's a give, send, go.
Give, send, go.
Give, send, go, which is a Christian GoFundMe, basically. So
I want to give you
where
away,
where
send you on
GoFundMe
your
might
way.
like get one of those requests, hey, I want to do a GoFundMe page, and they're like, yeah, no, that's not really valid here. Go to Give, Send, Go, because evidently so on their site, for instance, so the campaign created by Diamond and Silk, the funds from this campaign will be received. So this is the sister, Hernitha Rochelle Hardaway Richardson. I think that's the sister. But they've raised $111,000, and it doesn't say why or what, except to promote. And then there is going to be a service This is really weird.
So there's a service down
Take
in
it.
Fayetteville, Arkansas for this heifer.
Yeah.
And I know you're not supposed to talk bad about the dead, but then if you can't, just come and sit by me because I'm going to talk about the heifer. Because she was nothing if not a piece of crap.
Well, you're going.
My concern. That's me.
I did not hold her beliefs at all, by no means. But okay. But say about the service.
So there's a service that's going to happen. A big old service. You know who the headliner of the service is?
Headliner.
After they're charging $350 a ticket to go to the service.
Is
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump is going to headline someone's funeral. Y'all.
Is he going to talk about Diamond or himself?
Who he going to talk about? I just want to know who is he going to talk about?
Who is he going to talk about?
Who?
So
he never talks about just himself. so they won't live stream it, which is sad because they can't get any money if you live stream it.
So they're raising all this money and off a dead woman, and you have to ask for whom? Is it just for their pockets? I mean, what the heck is going on? It's just insane. It's
hey, Charles Reese. Insane. So hold on. So
it's confirmed. Paula Killen would know.
So okay, she died of COVID
because she was a COVID denier. But what's interesting is Silk. Someone was saying that, and Silk went after them. How dare you say that? This is a private time. This is a bit of a.
It's a private time. But you posted everywhere about the funeral.
Yeah,
and you're gonna charge and you're for
raising
the funeral.
money.
Donald Trump is speaking at the funeral. Heifer, sit down. Sit down someplace, please. Anyway, she gone. Bye, girl. Anyway, what else we talking about?
Well, it goes from bad to worse, really. Kyle
This, y'all. I don't know if y'all know about this, but this right here.
Oh,
hey, Kitty Sweet.
Kyle Rittenhouse has a game, an online game. These are the rules and stuff. It says, fake news turkeys. Shoot the fake news turkeys that attack Kyle to get the highest scores. Compete with friends and unlock new levels. I mean, it's insane. Become Kyle. First of all, who would want to become Kyle? Play Kyle Rittenhouse to destroy fake news turkeys in a simple point-and-shoot game for all ages to enjoy. Yeah, oh my God, this whole thing is so disgusting. Kyle approved. Thank you for buying this game. It's free. To help me fight back against the fake news. Please enjoy this incredible game. The word game is used a lot right there.
So we went and played the game.
It literally is like turkeys. It's very rudimentary, cartoons. Turkeys flying at you. You're given a gun and you can point, but you have to push like the Q and the E button to turn him and all that. And when you hit the turkeys, it goes. You'll hear. I'm guessing it's Kyle's actual voice, like "Die, turkey."
It's Kyle's voice throughout, y'all.
And then it's like,
"Screw
you, fake news."
Shannon.
And then at one point, I killed a turkey, and he says, "They're calling me a murderer." I don't mean to laugh. He did. He murdered 2 people.
This is an actual game.
This is an actual game that I played today.
We weren't sure that we went
and
looked at it, and it's crazy. It's crazy.
And on this actual game, it says, contribute to Kyle's fund. I push. Once again, give, send, go. Thanks, Christians. Help Kyle Rittenhouse defeat the left again. How is he? Oh my God. Campaign created by freedom-loving patriot friends of the Rittenhouse family. The funds from this campaign will be received by Kyle Rittenhouse. For what purpose? He's raised $69,000. He wants to raise $500,000.
Y'all.
So if you're notorious,
some of y'all aunties and uncles and grandparents are being swindled like a mug.
Swindled. They're being swindled.
Because that's like, nope, no, thank you. No, no.
Do you know what happened in Las Vegas today or yesterday?
No, what happened?
I'm going to show you another image. Kyle Rittenhouse, so he had a show of some sort at the Oak Room in the Venetian. First of all, someone online, I was listening to the radio today, and someone, I'm not sure if it was him or someone else, pronounced it like the Venetin. It was really this bizarre pronunciation.
Venetia.
But anyway, he, open bar and food, first come, first serve, come, I'll talk. I guess he's talking. I really don't quite get the whole thing. But he's there, and it was canceled.
Yeah.
The Venetian went, yeah, kind of not our thing. We're not, it's the second cancellation of something that he's done. And
Good.
He's says that it's all the woke
It's the woke mob.
This
The
is
woke
the
mob
woke
is coming
mob
after
is
you.
making me
Blah, blah, blah,
la, la,
hooty,
la.
hoo. Sit your punk ass down.
Sit your punk ass down. I agree with
That's what I'm going to say. All right. So, guess who's coming?
that. Oh, are you doing it?
Guess who's coming back? Show me a picture of who's coming back. Madonna! Y'all, Madonna's coming back on tour. 40th anniversary tour. Okay, so I turned to my husband. They said, Madonna's coming back on tour. How much are you willing to pay for a ticket? How much are you willing to pay for a ticket?
Now, I know that she's going to be a hefty ticket. I know she's, probably would be an exciting concert, but I know she's a hefty ticket. And I said to Michael, I go, look, highest we have paid is $300 a ticket.
For Janet Jackson.
And for Prince.
And for Prince.
Many years ago. But I said...
Oddly enough, both in Vegas.
I said, I can't go higher than that. For anyone. And it doesn't matter who. I can't. Could be Barbara Streisand. Could be Barbara Eden. I don't.
I'd pay for Barbara Eden.
You go for like $1,000 ticket. What would Barbara Eden do?
That is so rude. That is so ageist and fucking rude. We just use ageism for a joke.
Oh, shoulder. lower. That felt good.
We just used ageism for a joke. We apologize, y'all.
I'm sorry, Miss Eden.
But
she brought years of entertainment.
That belly button alone.
No, you couldn't see it. It was covered.
That's what I'm saying.
You couldn't see it.
Because we were all like this.
You had to use your imagination.
Where's that belly button?
Get out your magnifying glass. Yeah.
Anyway, so Madonna is back. He says $300. I was like, okay. So $600 for the both of us to go to the crypto.com arena.
I don't even know where that is. Is it downtown? Downtown Music.
Crypto.com arena. Anyway, so I'm like, I go online. I'm like, hey, Michael Shaw Fisher. And I'm like, and I tell my husband, the cheapest ticket is $350.
Going up to 13,000.
There are sites selling these tickets second row center for $13,000. On the Ticketmaster site, it only goes up to $950.
And where was it? London sold out in
like 1,000.
An hour.
4 shows in London sold out in under an hour.
I'm done.
4 shows.
I can't compete. I can't compete with that money. Here's another picture.
Hey, Eric.
Here's another picture from the spread in Vanity Fair. So here you see her, Madonna as Madonna. Here she's Jesus and the disciples. Check that picture out.
That picture's fantastic. I love that.
I wonder which one's Judas. Is it the one in front with the hand?
All of them.
All of them are Judas.
Mm-hmm. So one thing about this whole tour that I am not, granted we made an ageist joke, but it's the fact that people are saying, why are you still touring, Madonna? You're too old.
Oh, that's
baloney.
And
I'm like this. Did nobody say nary a thing when Elton John's behind got up there
and Tina Turner
and toured and all these other male folks?
And we've seen some amazing performers who are.
I have not heard.
Madonna should get up and perform along with Barbara Eden as long as she wants.
And I'm gonna tell you this and also when Rolling Stones went out. Nary a word. Y'all didn't say nothing about their age.
Oh, I hear what you're saying. I mentioned Tina Turner, but you're saying it's a sexist thing, right?
Of course it's a sexist thing. They're all coming.
But I don't remember people saying, oh, Tina Turner.
Well, she's had so much work done. Bitch, if I had that money, I'd have work done too. Okay, although her BBL, her Brazilian butt lift, that didn't work very well. If you want to do Madonna.
Are there images?
Google Madonna
Brazilian butt
BBL.
lift?
Didn't work for her.
Don't know.
She said she didn't have it. But I'm like, girl, you ain't never had no booty. And all of a sudden, she got booty. It's crazy. But I want to go see it. But also, I know this. She ain't going to let... There will be on Amazon Prime or HBO Max. They tape it all of this, and there's going to be Madonna live. And you can watch it from the confines of your own home.
So you and I saw Madonna.
Because they ain't going to mess with it. Because, she's like, well, Beyonce did it. I'm going to do it.
Why not?
Hey, Patrick New.
I'd rather see Beyonce than Madonna.
Yeah, well.
I still have the thing up in case anyone wants to join us. Because I thought, why not? Beginning of the year. We're moving on to the next beat of our thing. So, ding. So, I did see. Now I do that. Now I got to get rid of it. It just doesn't work, does it, Michael? I can't keep that.
All right, there you go.
Yeah, well. So Adam Lambert wrote tweeted, "Yay, another straight man playing a gay icon," in regards to Theo James, who is the star from White Lotus, possibly playing George Michael in the upcoming George Michael biopic. And he, of
Or as
course,
I call it, the bathroom plays.
and he was given some crap about it, like why would you go after? But it's true. You had Rami Malek, straight guy, playing Freddie Mercury, right? You had,
And they took his sexuality out.
oh, they kind of did.
They take the queerness out. So how are they? And then you have
Taron Egerton playing Elton John.
Took the queerness out.
So we talked about this in Boozing with Gays, like towards the beginning, and I kind of took the tact of, well, if they're a talented actor, well, I think Theo James is a very talented actor. I'm like really seeing the other side right now. I'm saying, no, cast a gay man in that role. You just should. And possibly Adam Lambert. Maybe he's like, maybe he's hinting that, hey, I want to do the role.
Well, it's true though. It's like, that's been going on for years. I directed a play about it during the pandemic, about queer actors not being given queer roles. Because, it's so messed up.
It's dumb.
It's messed up.
And it shouldn't be happening.
But,
give the queer men and women
watching White Lotus, he did show us very big penis.
But it was actually like him.
It was a prosthetic.
Like,
but still, it's nice
well,
to see.
I'm talking about his acting more than his prosthetic penis, but I do like his act. I do like him. I find him.
I like him. I like his acting because of his prosthetic penis.
You didn't even watch the show.
I looked at the penis.
Oh, okay. You saw that moment.
The moment. Penis.
Speaking of George Santos.
Speaking of penises.
Speaking of penises.
Dicks.
So, this image has been going around. This is George Santos, the one on the right. This is George Santos when he was in Brazil about 13 years ago and was a drag queen named Katara Ravache. I think it's kind of a glamorous name, though. Do you like it? Katara Ravache. No?
It's a beautiful name. He don't need it.
And so he's been like going, no, it's not me. It's not me. I haven't done anything. Never done drag, whatever. Well, the pictures are getting a little more clear nowadays. And I'm sorry.
Come on, y'all. Look at him.
It's him.
Katara.
George Santos.
You might as well call him Katrina, the big old mess he done made. Lord, have mercy.
And the thing is, him being a drag queen, good. Yes, absolutely. Him being a hypocrite. So there we go. That's my stance on it.
And it's kind of crazy that the one thing that might actually, not all the lies he's told, the dozens upon dozens upon dozens of lies he has told, the one thing that might get him kicked out is that he was a drag queen.
Is how can they hold their stance? How can they hold? Because right now, the whole anti-drag queen stance drives me fucking nuts because it's such a wedge issue. It is a non-issue. And I'm going to have, actually, can I have Anna Navarro speak? I think she could do this better than I.
Yes.
So Anna Navarro was at a drag queen brunch in Florida this last week. The volume is for shit, but hang in there. It's only about like 30 seconds.
And I hate that drag queens are being made a political issue and a wedge issue and a manufactured mega cultural issue. Because I'll tell you what, no drag queen ever killed a little kid. You know what kills little kids? Guns kill little kids. Because if you care about children and their safety, go after guns and leave the fucking drag queens alone.
Leave the fucking drag queens alone.
I have to say she got dressed up in her flamingo vest and carried a little pooch, which I said, I guess that's what you wear to a drag. I mean, yeah, why not a drag brunch?
She brought her dog.
And
hey, Denise.
And she had her feathers. She had her little...
She brought her dog.
Had her little dog.
And I will... okay, I'm torn, y'all.
What?
I don't know what to do about this.
Where are we going?
It's like, I love dogs. We have 2 dogs. I love dogs. I love everyone's dogs. I do not like them in my grocery store. I don't like them in my grocery store. I'm buying food, and there's a dog sitting right next to produce, shaking. And I'm like, I don't like that. I'm sorry. I do not like it at all.
Just shaking.
It's like, or you know, I don't like it.
Trembling dog syndrome.
You
know, when I lived in France, I mean, dogs were everywhere. Dogs were in the restaurants, and dogs were in. I mean, and I
bunch of bars.
And I just kind of got used to the whole thing. I mean, it didn't really. The thing about France, which they're better at now than they were when I lived there, was that dogs would shit on the sidewalk and they wouldn't do anything about it. So they were, oh well, that's it.
We are one step away. We see that already, right, Barbara House? We see that already, and it just drives me that right there. It's like. Also, I worry about because about the travel. It's like I don't have a problem with a dog on a plane, but this woman it was like a Great Dane. The last time I traveled, had a Great Dane. I'm like, where are you putting the dog? Did you buy the dog a seat?
What happened to the dog? Did you see?
I don't know. It was a different flight.
Oh.
She walked through the airport with this big ass dog, and I was like, where are you going with this big old dog?
Why are you creating an issue when it didn't really affect you? It wasn't like sitting next to you, shedding all over you, or dog shaky syndrome next to you, or anything like that. It didn't lift its leg on you. Slag.
Go ahead.
Since we're going, so I mean, this is just the reprobate thing. I mean, when we go from like
Katara
to Kyle Rittenhouse.
Let's talk about
No.
What would their cologne sound like? Katara.
Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene. This is where we're going. This is what she had an anti-trans rally in D.C. this week, and I thought I'd show you who showed up. 12 people. And I guess they're all in the same clique because they all have the same damn signs with the same font. So it's not like, I mean, no one came. No one came to the anti-trans rally. She has a big cheesy smile.
Now, I want y'all to look at, if you can see, there's a sign that says, there are two genders, male and female. Trust the science. If you look at the science.
One must really look at science.
You will realize
you
that there are more than two genders.
More than two genders. Many animals change gender.
I don't understand what science she's talking about. Because she's the only one holding the different sign. If you look, Marjorie Taylor Greene is the one holding a different sign. And that
sign, I don't know if it's that sign, but those words are on her door at the Capitol. She has those. That's her thing. Ick.
All right, I gotta go. I gotta hold on. Someone just said something. It's like, hold on. The woman in the seats in front of me on the plane was gigantic. The dog in front of me was gigantic, and he ate my lunch out of my bag.
No, that's a problem. No. That is a problem. I have total belief that did you complain, Jennifer? Did you kind of like, ding, ding, stewardess,
Violet.
Dog's eating my food and licking on me. And I mean, no, wrong.
I don't know your dog. I barely let men eat my food and lick all on me.
That's such a lie. That was a lie. Here's the truth. Lie.
Why are you gay judging?
I wasn't gay judging. I was just truth judging. Speaking of, okay, so we've had a bizarre news thing this week.
You want to take that off right now before we do that?
Oh, I guess I should. Then I gotta find it.
Right there's the blue one.
It's a blue. Take it off.
Oh, hi.
Hi, Violetta.
Violet. All right.
It says Violetta still on the thing. Violet. Okay, wait, here we go. Okay. So, Hannah Gutierrez Reed and Alec Baldwin were charged with manslaughter this week for the shooting that happened on the set of Rust, where Alec Baldwin shot. Well, he says he just pulled back the hammer, but the gun did shoot and it went into the cinematographer Helena Hutchins. That was months ago when that happened.
Yes. And so they were brought up on manslaughter charges. And this is mine, having worked on sets and been with guns and things and all that. I'm an actor. You hand me the prop, I do what I'm told to do, and we move forward. That's what happens, right? So for me to do the whole Punch is doing something.
Just keep talking.
My whole thing is like, so now you hand me a gun and something happens that the armorer, what's her name? Hannah Gutierrez Reed.
Yeah.
It's on her. And I'm like,
I'm going to do this.
How you coming for that?
The prosecutor's contention that an actor has a duty to ensure the functional and mechanical operation of a firearm on a production set is wrong and uninformed. An actor's job is not to be a firearms or weapons expert. That came in from the Screen Actors Guild.
It's just, It's a horrible tragedy. It is absolutely horrible, and I wish it would never have happened, but it did. It happened, but the person who hands you the gun as an actor, that person is responsible for that gun being safe, and for the fact that there were even I don't even understand why there were live bullets on set.
And did you read the article that there were probably they had maybe 12,000 bullets? It was this huge number, and they found that 6 of them were live, and one was in the gun. One was in a costume. You know how the bandolero things and the bullets are in there, and one was in another actor's gun. So there were live bullets kind of all over the place. It was a very unsafe set. And I think, but this is where I can devil's advocate you a little bit.
Okay.
He should not be charged because he was an actor holding a gun and shot it. Where I think they could get him is it was a set that was problematic. There were people that complained. Some people, I think it's people, left the job because they said it was an unsafe environment, and he was producer. That's where I think he's most in trouble.
I would love to hear y'all's
in other
thoughts
words, well, just let me round this out. He's producer. He gets these things. Hey, it's an unsafe set. There are reports out there, and things didn't change. So much so that someone got killed. So that's where I think he's in trouble. It isn't because he was an actor, because you're absolutely right. An actor, he was handed a gun. It's a cold gun, I think was the words.
But in that moment, he was the actor, not the producer.
But he's still the producer that's in charge of everyone's safety on set. Isn't he? I mean, actually, that's a question I have for anyone out there watching. Is the producer responsible for everyone's safety? And I don't know the answer to that. Do you?
Well, there's a couple big TV folks in here.
Let's see if anyone has an answer to that.
Might have
I'm
it,
sort of
who might know.
curious.
It's because, Jeremy Ward says he's a producer in name. It's like we have friends who are producers that have produced movies. And if something were to happen, are they responsible?
Well, I went on IMDb because I wanted to look that up because sometimes they're executive producers, co-producers. It says Alec Baldwin, producer. He is the top line
because he's the biggest star in it,
right? But then everyone else under that is exec producer and all that stuff. But he does seem to have the. So who is responsible for the safety on a set? Is it the producers? Is it? I don't really know.
All right. So, but I think that it's a very bad precedent to set. For me, that's my personal opinion. Because
the other thing that I found a little, it's kind of weird, and at the same time, and it kind of goes along the lines of Silk's. Diamond's sister, raising money, or Rittenhouse raising money, but it's a bit different too. But Helena Hutchins' husband, Michael, out of a settlement, is now an executive producer on this film.
So now then, is he responsible?
I don't know. Well, there's an interest. Well, he can't be retroactively responsible for a shooting of his wife. I think that would be kind of peculiar. But I thought, well, what an odd. So
that
now
he went in and decided that, okay, you know what? They've made amends.
They probably gave him money. I'm sure he there was some sort of payout, and he got an executive producer credit.
But also,
but I feel fun. Does anyone find that odd? Maybe it's what needed to happen. Maybe that's some back end money that he'll get once it. But then I think what struck me as strange is when this movie comes out, part of going to see it is going to be surrounded about the oddity of this very event, just curiosity of seeing it.
This right here. Odd. If he did not hire the crew, why is he the only producer of 5 producers charged?
Well, that's true.
And I had a theory this morning. We were talking about this early this morning. I said, I believe that because New Mexico, where it was filmed, New Mexico is a very red state. I'm just saying. There's probably a lot of people who do not like him and his politics in this very red state. And Patty says they should finish the film. I don't understand how
weird
they
one. It's it'd be like watching a snuff film, wouldn't it? In a weird, kind of bizarre way. We'd have this knowledge of this.
I'm curious to see. I'm very, very curious to see where this goes. Very curious.
So I don't have an image for this next one. I read this, and I'm amazed at how gleeful I get with stuff like this. But Donald Trump and his lawyer were charged $1 million for a revenge lawsuit against him. What the heck? The judge is like, yeah, no, we're going to throw that. The thing is, there was a progression to this. So he brings this suit against Hillary Clinton. I mean, it was just kind of like, how dare you say that I'm attached to what it was, the Russian, whatever. Remember that whole thing,
Yep.
the Russian. So this goes back for a while. And so he comes up with this suit saying they're trying to badmouth me, blah, 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 whatever it is. And the judge in September goes, no, I'm throwing it out. We're not, no. And then they keep all of the information going. The lawyer and they keep, it's this. And then finally the judge goes, guess what I'm doing? I'm charging you both $1 million.
Pay up, bitches.
Pay up. And that made me happy. And
Well,
the thing is, there's no appeal. There's no appeal with this.
Yes. And can I say this?
Yes.
Can I just say this?
Yes.
By the way, Jennifer Lee Warren, Gregory Jabbar is saying hello. I saw that picture. The thing is, though, is that this lawyer is being charged almost $1 million. Who in their right mind right now would want to work with Donald Trump?
Well, and there's an example today. Tell them the example.
Well, and then this happened because this is called a frivolous lawsuit, right? All frivolous got charged $1 million. They had a very similar frivolous lawsuit going against Tish James, who is
Attorney General in New York,
the Circuit Court Attorney General in New York. And the minute this announcement happened about the $1 million, they dropped.
The lawyers dropped the suit. They said, no, we're not going to be charged $1 million on your behalf. Yeah.
The lawyers were like, not me, not today.
So, I mean, I'm really hoping that the era of Donald Trump frivolous lawsuits, I mean, there were 65 of them. Keep hitting the screen. I mean, I just think that needs to go away. And I think he should be charged for every single one of them. I have a quote from the judge.
A judgy quote.
It's a judgy quote. I gotta find it now. Judge Donald M. Middlebrooks. Here we go.
Trump is a prolific and sophisticated litigant who is repeatedly using the courts to seek revenge on political adversaries. He is the mastermind of strategic abuse of the judicial process, and he cannot be seen as a litigant blindly following the advice of a lawyer. He knew. Now I'm gonna finish this as a Black person. See, he knew full well the impact of his actions. As such, I find that sanctions should be opposed and imposed upon Mr. Trump and his lead counsel, Ms. Habababa.
And the thing was like 45 pages long. He just kept going. He was full. He goes, no, not in my courtroom. 45 pages. I'm writing it.
It's so much. But I love the fact that they went, we ain't gonna lose this money with this Tish James thing. No way, no how.
But I bet there will be other of his lawyers that are going to do the same thing. That all these frivolous lawsuits, he has used the court system. I mean, think of the money he has just tied up in courts over the years, and just a costly man. No.
All right, so I'm gonna preface this next thing by saying this.
Oh no, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't preface it.
Don't preface.
You're going to qualify what I want to talk about.
I was going to qualify what I was going to talk about, but I'm going to let my husband just go ahead and talk about it.
You're such an asshole.
I'm a big old asshole.
Such an asshole.
Now go ahead and talk about what you want to talk about.
So when we shortly after Christmas, and we started collecting information about boozing with gays. And so this is an older article, but I just 3 weeks ago older, but I just love this. So we're going to talk about it. So I never knew, I'm going to be very honest with you, Michael Shepard, never knew who Andrew Tate was. Did you know who Andrew Tate was previous to this?
Yes.
So kickboxing guy, and that's misogynist guy, and I guess he's just whatever. But he's been kicked off of platforms. He's moved out of the country, moved to Romania, said a bunch of crap. Finally, Elon Musk gets Twitter. He gets put back on Twitter, meaning Andrew Tate gets put back on Twitter. And for some reason, he felt the need to send this out to Greta Thunberg. He says, hello, Greta Thunberg. I have 33 cars. My Bugatti has I don't even know what that is, quad turbo, my 2 Ferraris, blah-de-de-blue. This is just a start. Please provide your email address so I can send a complete list of my car collection and the retrospective enormous emissions. So, of course, Greta Thunberg is a climate champion. She wants, all of us to be adults, 19 years old, by the way, wants us to stand up, take care of the earth. She gets in the face of anyone that comes against her. And this asshole, Andrew Tate, does this. So Greta Thunberg, you want my email address, tweets the following. Yes, please do enlighten me. Email me at smalldickenergy@getalife.com. And that is why we are going back 3 weeks, because that is genius. That right there is genius. His only response, do it.
How dare you?
Because you can't go after. He couldn't do it, and then of course he was arrested like the next day. So he's arrested right now. He's held in Romania. They just
Hey, Dion.
he isn't necessarily arrested. He's impaneled. He's, I don't know what the word is, but they just decided to hold him another 30 days, so like the end of February. He and his brother and these other 2 women on charges of rape and sex trafficking. So human trafficking rather. So there you go. The guy's not good.
How do you feel?
But it was a good one, right? Okay, tell me. I should have done that one. It was a good story.
How do you feel good now? No one's replying. Dion's here. Did you? We're waiting for people to say, yes, it was a good thing.
You can do anything you want now. You can talk about the next topic. I got to say what I needed to say.
Okay, so Bethany put it up. She's putting up all the information about that, so that's good.
Detention, that's it. He's detained, which I don't really understand. Is a detention an arrest? I don't quite get that, but he's detained in Romania. I don't know that I'd want to be detained in Romania, but for human trafficking charges, yes.
So you're talking about prisons. I have a great segue to that. What? Do y'all know?
Oh.
Do y'all know that?
So if I didn't do my piece, you wouldn't have the segue. Continue.
Do y'all know in Michigan, the penal system, I said penal, the penal system,
such Michigas,
is starting to ban
Michigan.
Michigan. They're banning books in prisons. They are banning books in prison.
There are 1,000 titles, and what happens in the Michigan system is, if they kind of put it out there that it's not good for some of the inmates to read certain books, and so they'll have like this prison over here goes, okay, they can't read this, so that becomes a book for the whole system. So everyone's kind of adding on to the list. But what happened is the list is now crazy and unwieldy, and it's illogical.
Brave New World.
Brave New World.
Aldous Huxley, Brave New World.
The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, and I read those books.
The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
I read those. Yeah.
My favorite one is Grant Writing for Dummies.
I like this one. How to Start a Trucking Company. Oh, ban that. No, how to start. No, they can't learn that.
Why would they do that?
German in 32 lessons. Honest to God.
Well, okay.
Banned.
That one I understand because there's a whole Nazi section in prison.
I hear you. Maybe that
I understand that one.
Well, but at least that is the reason I can see the logic of that. But how about this one? Tell me about this one. What about the Dungeons and Dragons? Those are Dungeons.
Rule book.
The Dungeons and Dragons rule book. I'm not understanding that. But maybe they had their own version of Dungeons and Dragons and it included shivs or something.
There's only one version of Dungeons and Dragons. So, okay. So you got these idiots banning books. Okay. So one of the things about, going to prison is that, well, you know what? There were people who actually took this time to learn something, to get their degrees in high school or college or whatever, or to learn how to, a lot of them become lawyers while they're in prison because they want to help other prisoners learn about the judicial system. But no, they're going to stop all that. All of that's going to be gone. And I'm like, they are so afraid. I'll say who they are. That black folks might learn something in prison because we make up 43% of the prison population and only 13% of the country. So afraid that black people might learn something, or even more afraid that white people might learn something and realize that, oh, wait, that's actually what happened in our country. That actually happened. But I was taught that, wait, that's the truth? So people like Ron DeSantis.
Look what you did.
That was good, right?
That was good.
That was good. Ron DeSantis did this. He has banned BANNED, banned AP Studies of African American History. He has banned AP African American Studies in Florida. He has deemed it. I got to read this part because he said
it started this way. He reached out to all of the high schools, and he's like, "Give me a comprehensive list of all the staff programs and campus activities related to diversity, equity, and inclusion." So he starts off like that. Then you get like all of these presidents of all these schools. They came together. It's like 28 schools or something. They came together and they kind of said, our institutions will not fund or support any institutional practice, policy, or academic requirement that compels belief in critical race theory or related concepts such as intersectionality. And this is what got me the most. Then the state educational department was basically saying that they commit to removing all woke positions and ideologies by February 1st, 2023. And the fact that woke positions is in a document, it doesn't mean anything. That just
they don't even know what woke means.
No one knows what woke means. They talk about it. It's like the boogeyman.
People don't even know what
they
woke
don't have.
means.
They don't have.
What has happened is they have created this whole imagery in their head because we're talking about mediocre white men. Ron Satan, the trashish, whatever the fuck his name is, he is a mediocre white man who refuses to see a black person get ahead. Refuses. Because he's a racist. He is a Nazi sympathizing racist. That is what he is. That is not allegedly. That is exactly what he is.
There's a great thing that Joy Reid did on this very thing where she kind of really itemizes. No, we don't have Joy Reid. But itemizes Ron. Yeah, we were going to do that one. But itemizes Ron DeSantis's racism. Very strong racism throughout his life, and it's compelling, and it's really everyone should watch it. I wish it was a very long clip, which is why we don't have it.
So, but a lot of y'all know I love me some of the TikTok. I love the TikTok, and one of my favorite creations is Portia.noir. And
say it again slower so they can hear.
Portia.noir.
There we go.
PORTIA.NOIR.
Noir.
And this is what Portia had to say today.
Ron DeSantis has decided to reject the inclusion of AP African American Studies in Florida high schools. He has said that the courses are inexplicably contrary to Florida law and provide no significant educational value. Ron DeSantis, in full seriousness, without any irony, is saying that African American studies are contrary to Florida law and that African American studies provide no educational value. There's a phrase that somebody said on the Bird app, I can't remember who it was, so this is not mine, but essentially said that Florida has gone from don't say gay to don't say black.
From don't say gay to don't say black. He is purposely trying to erase black folks. And a big problem of mine is that black and brown people voted for him in Florida, particularly brown people. Your Cuban brothers, your Mexican brothers and sisters, y'all voted for this. And if you don't think that the erasure of black people will not lead to the erasure of brown people, will not lead to the erasure of Asian people, you're absolutely wrong. Absolutely wrong. Because this shit is going to continue to spiral and grow throughout the United States of America.
And if I could just harken back to the beginning of the show when we had Anna Navarro saying, leave the fucking drag queens alone, that was very much in direct correlation to Ron DeSantis and Don't Say Gay. It was very much because she's down in Florida. So, I mean, it's a huge effect. And I'm glad there are people that are speaking out. And I'm glad that we're, people like Portia or
But there's
Joy
not enough.
Reid.
By the way, Portia, PORTIA.NOIR, N-O-I-R. Follow them on the Tickety Talk because every word out of their mouths is absolutely just a gem. And if you're easily offended as a person, turn away from it. No holds barred. There's no holds barred.
And I kind of plugged these into Portia's thing because I thought it was sort of interesting. But there, if you wanted to read it slower. So we had two politicians, black gay politicians. Chevron Jones wrote this. I mean, so the AP history, AP, European history, art history, Japanese, all of those AP courses are not changing in Florida. None of those are, only AP African American studies. And then Richie Torres, also black gay man, this was the one that said Florida has gone from don't say gay to don't say black.
I just can't imagine being a black queer person in Florida and voting for this man. He doesn't want you. He doesn't like you because you're black. He really hates you because you're gay. And don't have any trans friends because he would rather see you dead. And, and yet we still voting for these people. Don't get me started. Don't get me started on the percentages of people who are still voting against everything they say. Oh, I love my gay friends. I have a gay hairdresser. A gay person does this. Oh, and yet we'll vote against you in a heartbeat. Oh, no, I have a black coworker. Oh, yeah. She told me not to touch her hair. I'm going to vote against her ass. That's what's happening. So I want y'all to start looking at all these people that claim to be your friends, which when I talked about at the beginning of this, a lot of y'all say that, you know what, I want to do well, I want to do better, I want to change the trajectory I am going forward as I go forward so that I can be more inclusive and anti-racist, and yet still allowing the anti-racist folks in your life to exist with you. So think about that. Because as a bunch of folks, I know in this new year, got to go.
But more art.
I see it. But as my husband says, more art, more joy, more happiness.
I'm going to bring up an oldie. Ready? We haven't done this in a long time.
Ciao. For now.
It's time to go.
It is time to go, y'all. Next time we see you, I will be in Alabama. You will be here.
I'll be here.
I
might come to Alabama. Do you think I should come to Alabama?
Absolutely.
I didn't go last time. Last time you did Little Shop, I said, I've seen you do Little Shop 15 times. How many times? I've never seen him do The Tempest. So,
Boozing with gays.
Jennifer Lee Warren.
Bye, y'all. Mwah.